me right away. I was testing, see who is uh, still paying attention.
So how the rich money is working or something.
Okay, how about now? You see it?
Yes.
Cool. So yeah, Abdul is right. So the rich don't work for the money. It's always the case, right? I was today in the middle of another WhatsApp group. People are asking different opinion and all kind of thinking, what's gonna happen, why we are getting in behind and stuff. So I, without going too much detail, I said, have you asked yourself who are you hanging out? Think of yourself. Last five people you hang out with, are you thinking different than any others? So after a while, I guess the conversation stopped. They realized. Okay, move on. Let's move on, guys. Those who is new with us, if you are new with us, at least in the chat or discussion, or this is the first time you are with us, just say hello, and the city and state wherever you are joining us from. And if you have any questions that we will be responding at some point when I go through the contents, we will all go through it. We'll try to address your questions about next week and also anything what we do. Those who is new, I am Mushi Bhuiyan. I am founder of this non-profit organization, Urban Food Alliance. It's a food bank, and UrbanHood is one of our educational program. If you have not visited UrbanHood, just please do visit it. There are a lot of free resources you can get it from the website. So what we do every week, we get together, especially on Sunday. We share with you the what we are thinking, but at the same time, as an investor, short term, long term, you know that we cannot. When I say we cannot, nobody can tell what's gonna happen tomorrow, day after tomorrow. But based on the past history and some of our analysis, we can predict and then we can prepare ahead that how we'll be reacting and maintaining our own portfolio. So everything we are sharing is all educational purpose only. As an investor, that you need to understand short-term risk, not long-term risk. Before I go further, I wanted to let you know, look at this. What you are looking at the last week, this is a weekly view of the market, very high level S&P 500, the portfolio. Whole week, you see that most of the stuff you're seeing red. So when you see the red, that should at least let you know, give you some warning what may happen next week, or some of you might have seen that healthcare did pretty well last week. Technology did. On the left side, you see the consumer sector, some of the technology, Google, Tesla, pretty much Amazon, all of them suffered last week. But at the bottom on the left side, you can see that the financials that holds that also kind of suffered. So that there are some good deals. When people are asking me, can you make some recommendation? I can make you recommendation, or I cannot tell you what to buy. uh, Based on your risk level and portfolio and the purpose, that you can at least look at areas that industrial utilities, basic materials on the right side, which area that you are lacking in your portfolio, and those companies that you see red or good deal, we'll discuss later on, that you can think of adding it in your portfolio. Or if you want to wait, we'll go for discuss later on, that you can even start next year. So today, what are we going to do? Typically, what we do, we try to follow these four different category: market economy, and then we dive into stock market, and sometimes into some future and some options we did. And then if time permits us, then we touch some real estate and crypto. Not very many of our members here are too much into crypto, but sometimes we do touch up on crypto areas. So as far as market economy, so the facts that what we are seeing, that stock market dips. You saw that what happened last whole week. It was whole roller coaster. But why did it happen? That there are multiple causes, scenarios, and at the same time that many investors are looking at taking advantage of year end, that you take the loss, what sells, and then and tax year is going to be ending and in a week or very quickly in week and a half, right? So when tax season is ending, they want to start taking those advantage of it. That's why there is a lot of sell off happened, and especially technology technology sell off. And then Fed already announced last week that they do agree with many things, that economy is getting better, hence they are going to be increasing the rates. So when that increasing the rates coming in, that kind of add fear to the market. Hey, how many times they're going to be increased in order to maintain some of those inflation we are hearing, and more details we're going to talk later. But that was one of the very key things, pandemic, the fear, and Fed is going to stop pumping money, so the liquidation is going to be stopped. Plus, then you are hearing the increase or rate increase is going to happen. What that means, investors are not sure, so that's why they are doing a lot of sell off and try to stay with the cash. Next, Fed tapering, that when we say Fed tapering, Fed is pumping money, as you know, that every day, every month, they're putting too much money in the market, and they are the one pretty much mostly buying all those bond. But when they're buying all those bond and they say they're going to readjust their balance sheet, currently Fed has around $9 trillion balance sheet. So in order for them to maintain the stability in the market, and also the pumping more money in the market, printing more money, they have to adjust that current balance sheet around $6 trillion. So now you see that's a huge shrinking they have to do. If that's the case, there will be a lot of things shake-up is going to happen, and that was one of the reason also investors are not clear about Powell's the Jerome Powell, Fed chairman, that what direction he's going, because it was not very clear. But that's why a lot of investors for now, they just want to, until they are more sure, they did some sell off, and that's the reason you saw that all the technology got hit. Okay, the bank is preparing to raise rate. You saw that what happened on the very upper left side, what I shared with you earlier, that in banking sector last 2 week was suffered, last few weeks is going down. Now bank is also getting ready, knowing that some of the economic data, consumer data, and is looks good, meaning they are going to turn around. You will see that the bank is going to increase some of those rate and interest rate, and that's is going to come play into the game. So now think of the inflation, that some of the variables inflation, what's going to happen in this inflation rate. You know that the country, they want to keep our inflation around 2%, that area. Currently, with the current rate, it even touches 6% now, around 4 in between 4 to 6 in that regards. When the inflation they are going to readjust the Fed balance sheet, they have to look into that increasing the rate next year. Now, a lot of analysts is thinking that if they have to kind of chop up their balance sheet, Fed, and they have to balance also inflation rate around 3%, they may have to increase the rates more than 3 times. If it happens, they are Powell, and then they know that economy looking good, some of the business are still strong. But at the end of the day, who is the one driving this market, the economy? Consumer. So when consumer has plenty of money, that they are not looking for job, that somehow they're able to, some of the consumers is strong with their day-to-day spending, that gives Fed more ammunition, knowing that hey, people have money, there are not everybody is suffering with poverty, and then hence increase more than 3 times. If that coming, inflation, to adjust inflation around 3% area, they have to increase rate more than 3 times next year. If that happens, you'll see there's some vulnerability, something more volatile in the market next year. So that's why they are now looking into, say, well, not knowing what's gonna happen, and plus you have very little time end of the year. Okay, And then in higher growth, you see some of the higher growth, still the supply chain is the issue. Some of the numbers are going to come out this week is going to tell more that is this still is good. The economy, people are spending more money, and then retailers are still growing or not. So this coming week, what are we seeing? The China, that some of the China prime rate is going to coming, and China also, is going to have that their mortgage rate and their the lenders rate, the business. Some of the more data is going to come out this week. It's showing that if China is heading towards downhill, especially what we have seen earlier in the previous weeks, that many of the large real estate organizations are having a hard time to pay off their debt. So more data is coming out. Watch out. Taiwan and Singapore, some data dump is going to come in, meaning the labor's unemployment and consumer spending. Those data is going to come out. They're going to see that if the economy in Taiwan and Singapore is doing better than China, or they're also going down. In Europe, is a lot of things going to happen this coming week Europe, but starting Monday, UK's price is a housing price number is going to come out. When those housing price number coming out, that you may have to keep an eye on this, that that Europe is already looking into a shutdown and having more restriction for this Omicron virus, and then the pandemic, and people are scared of their life, right? If that's happened, you might see the whole market is going to have a little more shakeup. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, there is always something is happening in Europe. But the Thursday, that those who is in energy industry, that put you might see that some shakeup might happen. That Putin, Russian President Putin is going to have his whole annual conference coming in, and if he start kind of talking about pumping more oil or things that that he's fighting with Ukraine and some other stuff neighbors he's tapering with. If that's happened, then that you might see some shake up the whole Europe market, and then boom, that you should be aware of it. And US, this next week is going to be short week. Just keep an eye on this. This short week is going to be on Friday. Is market is going to be closed because Saturday is going to be Christmas Day. Usually you have a day off, so Friday is the one going to be stock market off, and on Thursday is market is going to be closed early. So those who has stock or weekly options, tomorrow if you see anything green and stuff, please try to get out of it, because decay is going to kill it, and then you might end up losing big time. So short way, this is going to be 3.5 day week this week, and some of the pre-holidays economic data is going to come out this week. Just keep an eye on this. It's going to show us that it's still people are spending money, or then what's happening with the labor industry. And personal consumption also is kind of are the people buying, and the demand and supply, how's those coming up. That some of the data is coming in, and then still one or few earnings, especially Nike is earnings is coming up this week. You might keep an eye on this. uh, this one is I wanted so far I want to share with you, or have your opinion. Before I join here, that there are some people call me and they say they're concerned. Hey Mushi, I'm hearing from so and so that market is going to go down, and they are 90% with cash. I want to see if this is something also you have in mind, or what are you guys thinking about it. And I will pause a little bit and take any questions and see if anybody is posted any questions, or anyone in the group. Guys, are you guys keeping an eye on the conversation? Any questions or anything, or any so far what you covered? It looks like it's clean. So no one has anything. Everything is clear. Is there anyone? This is the first time you joined with us or nothing? Or so far what we're sharing, is this helpful? Hmm. Are you guys with me?
Yes, we are.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Uh, Joe is saying that it's the first time for him to join.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. I see the thumbs up. Cool. I'll continue then. So as far as the long term, we're going to come back to long term. Let's go with the next week. So what you are looking at last 1 year. Last 1 year, look at this data. When when you are looking at 1 year data, what do you see? So that should kind of give you an idea. We started with something like showing you last week a lot of red, but if you put the data, the 1 year S&P 500 data, you see a lot of green. Means Microsoft in 1 year 47% up, Google 62% up, Apple 32% up. That tells you huge, right? So if you own Google, if you own Microsoft, Apple, you had that up. If I were you, I would think about, taking some profit off the table, because you never know if market pullback, these are the company going to get hit big time. Okay, but at the same time, who do you buy? If you are looking to buy companies, look at the entertainment area, Disney. In a year, Disney is 14% down, almost like, hey, what really changed? you know there are some small thing happen, but Disney even increase more and more service. They are creating more partners. It's that company. You can look for areas like Disney, Verizon, look at the T-Mobile. Those people are not quitting. Twitter, and look at on the left side, the financials are PayPal almost 20% down, and the Mastercard is like 3%, but Visa is like pretty much no change. So you think that people are going to stop using those service? Ask yourself, and then do your some due diligence and research, and then if you have questions, you can always ask, but at least it's going to give you some food for thought. But look at the healthcare. Bristol Myers over the whole year did not change much. Bristol Myers is still sitting there. Pfizer's did not is like barely sitting there, right? So when you start looking at the company like Boeing, look at Boeing where it is Boeing. So you'll find business and then sectors, and based on your experience and your portfolio, you might want to start at least learning some of them and see if it makes sense to add it in your portfolio. All right. But I'm not saying just buy this, but I'm just saying just look at some of these, and that should kind of give you some idea, and start reading and see if it goes down more. Some of them might be good opportunity to add it in your portfolio for long term. Now, back to what I say, economy is, look at what's happening economy, that within a year, that it's not like so many things changed. We know that what's a good thing happened. The market is trading as if it's already know that what if it's shut down. If shut down, still there are some business are not going to go down too much. Business figured out they can, people can stay home, still they can be, some of those business can be profitable no matter what the situation is, right? So economy is good, business are figuring out to how to still function in a shutdown or hybrid environment. And same time that there are other industry who is really fell down, that they are the one going to be more challenging situation. So you might want to stay away from those business, but go with the business that where you think that based on what we shared with you, and also your research and your time period that you are planning to invest, that you can think of. But and the other good news is like, that companies already announced they will come up with the new vaccine, Omicron and things, so in 100 days, in X many days, and that's ongoing happening. So That's also good news that in US market, if I would be investing, I would invest in the business right now, focusing on in US. That way there is less risk outside the US. I would consider that. All right. And the retail sector, the next fact is what you are saying, that a lot of retail sector could not grow as much as what they could have. Although the mall is shut down, but there are others retail sectors are still is in the growth area. So you might want to see that people are spending more money buying, consumers are keep buying, and demand is there because of the supply chain, that retail figured out a way still continue to maintain their profit margin by passing the expense to the consumer, and consumers are willing to pay extra money to get what they want. So those retail numbers is not scaring the whole economy. And that's also another reason Fed now is saying that, okay, we see that this inflation is not temporary, it looks like it's more permanent. But because of this, all the other indicator tells you that long term, that we need to get back to from $9 trillion to $6 trillion, to stop borrowing more and pumping more money, and increasing the debt ceiling. They have to adjust that. When that happens, you'll see that retail market is might have more chance to grow higher. So you can look into some of those retail Walmart, and some of the stocks are still really cheap, that you can consider that. Third, you should be still looking at a ETF. If you are not too much into, when you should be, if I were you, I would consider looking ETF. ETF alone gives you not only one individual stock, you can go up after multiple basket, but then at least then you have less chance losing too much, and because it also has a less volatility. So you look at an ETF, and if you look at last 4 or 5 years, the growth of ETF is much higher than comparing some of the stock. So consider looking some of those undervalued, and who are the one best managed, and they're giving you a higher return, what sector, what business area. Look at that. There are thousands of ETFs right now in the market. Okay. And the thing, if I would be looking at ETFs, I would be looking some low carbon ETFs, some of the ESG areas that you see that government, in not only our government, even whole worldwide, they are looking at green energy, and those ETFs, see if there's something fit in your portfolio. So this I mentioned, and now, oh, here is something that I wanted to share, that I saw it earlier, and I thought this will be cool to see this. Twitter came in about Neo. This is those who is in thinking that it should you should do it like Neo. The fact is that is they will sell around 90,000 plus cars by end of this year with three models. 2022 they will be selling five more models. Neo Park opening in 20. I did not know Neo has some park opening in 2022 to accelerate production and demand. It doesn't take a business, is to take a business major to understand the business is doing amazing, 100% growth year over year. Those who's knowing that China, even their government also giving some more stimulus package discount, and they, some of those government favor Neo over some others, and also they are some of those government involved, indirectly involved some of the Neo. So I would not say those who has Neo. I would not sell out too much, but I do know that there are shakeup happens. Many of you know that it's just temporary. I don't think Neo is going to be is going to be leaving New York Stock Exchange. So I would look into that for long term portfolio. But look at Baba. Baba, this is chart that you saw earlier. I thought this is a good chart that might wanna take a look at it. But you see that whole what is showing you the pattern. Look at the Baba is trading in 2016 till now. The pattern is you see here, but whole time it touched below around this price. Now slowly Baba is trying to bounce back, right? But we'll see that what happens over time. But this is a good chart, tells Baba trade last since 2016. Whatever happened, it came down big time, but it stayed within the channel. It bounced up this, and now it's coming back up. So we'll see if it's coming back up, or is goes down a little bit more, touch it again and come back. But Baba is also same way, trying to stay and on that cycle. So earnings, as far as earnings, the next week, that here you can see Micron, because we know that that stock is one of the cheap market. Is kind did well, but watch out, Micron one, and then aftermarket is Nike is coming in. Those who's looking at Nike last time, it had a surprising number earnings, so it kind of pulled back. But I'm not doing any of these the ER, but their earnings coming on Monday, and the Rite Aid is another one that it is doing well. So this is something also you might want to keep an eye on Tuesday morning. So let's see what I will do now. Now this I want to go now this okay, stock. So on the SPY side, so you see that what happening on the SPY on the right side on the SPY chart, it come down, it came down on the daily and it's coming back up. But what it tells you that it last week on the daily chart, it touched here. Now the end of the day it tried to come back up, but it could not. But this week, the key thing is for this 461, 461. If it stay above 461, you'll see the SPY go, the 466 resistance, first resistance, and then it can go 471. But overall, that on the downside, if somehow there is some of the data coming or more fear coming in, if it goes downside, 457, 453, those are the price that you need to keep an eye. But overall, that it try to stay around for 50 EMA in that the moving exponential moving average, that is try to stay around there. But SPY last week. But if you are playing options 465, 467, that's something you can look for. Upside, downside is on a put. If you see that it's going the other way, 457, 455 areas. But this is another chart when I was looking in another tool and just try to show you that look at what you are looking at. It's a 4-hour chart, but look at on this 4-hour chart that it shows you on the when you see the 240 is a weekly, it went up, but weekly at the bottom 4 hours last Friday it stayed above here, and then later on it came back up. So you see that on the weekly chart it did come down, but then it's tried to bounce back up. So tomorrow, when I say that this week, what we see earlier, we said if we stay around like the 462, 470, you see that this price area, it can come back uppers. But if it does the earlier what I mentioned around 457, 453, around there, you see that if it goes down, it has a more bad news. So what it tells you by looking at multiple angle, multiple tools, that it does tell you that maybe if it is stay above 460 areas, it has a room to come upside. So we'll see. We'll see if we can have a green Christmas. The But Apple, we know a lot of you have seen that Apple lately is trading as if like Apple is a new Tesla. It's showing 182. Look at that NID, and then now slowly it pull back. So key is 170, 170 and 21. You see that this is the key, the price for Apple. If it can hold this price, that it can go 175 and then again back to 182 this coming week. But again, if fear comes in and the market pull back, and I say by looking at SPY nowadays, you cannot tell if market is going to go down. SPY might be, is sitting there, is not having any direction. Meanwhile, some of these stock like this can go up and down nowadays, right? So 165 is on downside. If it goes down, it can go down more. And the weekly, that overall it looks bullish. is hanging around 13 EMA on daily chart, and the weekly the call 175, 177. That's something you can look for it if it can hold the pivot, which is 170 areas. All right, or downside, this is the price you can look for. But overall, if you ask me about Apple, is that I am doing covered call Apple this week, so I'm hoping Apple is going to be dumping. If it does, then I can get to keep my stock and not lose money. AMD. Next AMD. Look at AMD, and I saw that, Abdul. Thank you for sharing, and you also saw that with your research and the information. AMD is one of the one that others are thinking, and we see a trend that AMD. If you look at this chart, is coming in on look at this chart, multiple times AMD came down and just stayed above. You see that here. Now on the upside also, look at this line. It came down, it stayed above. So AMD stayed around this 135 and this zone. So this coming week, you are going to see the key point 141. If AMD can stay above 141 row, AMD is coming and being more bullish. You might see next to 148, and if it can hold 148, it might come back to 155. We'll see. Just test it. But if it goes the other way, boom, AMD can go down. But overall, AMD looks like, on the weekly call, this might be one of the safe call that you can consider. This is the last one stock I'm going to share, and then I'll take any questions you may have, and then we'll just try to wrap it. But before I do wrap it, that you are going to see that those who joined today earlier, we have done multiple sessions. One of those things that for new or youth that are young, that when I say young, those who have the high school kids or the early college kids, that we are doing a stock sessions for youths or young adults, and we're teaching them early on. So we had a very good session, and so starting next Monday, that we are going to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 4 sessions, and then on Sunday next week, that when they are at home, while they're learning a new skill, that we are going to have a stock pitch program. In that pitch, that we are going to give away around $450 value to the first winner. With that $450 value is coming this way, that our the silver membership around 300 something, and then the other thing is on the silver plus in $100, the winners is going to get it. So it's the details. I'm going to share the link again, and in the recording, we have the recording, and we'll share the recording those who registered who could not join in today. So one of the thing happened, that some of you say that I could not join, I registered, that because the link you used, and it send you the registration send you from academy.urbanhood.org. So when you registered it, then the email you used it, you also chose a password, so you have to log on to academy.urbanhood.org using the password you chose. So then when you log in, then you are first thing you're going to see that this event that you registered, and it's going to show you that the link, and then you'll see that webinar or recording, that when we are ready to post it, you'll see the recording. So watch those recordings, that's going to help you. But I highly encourage you that enroll your children if you can. This is going to help them, because I am doing it for my own children, and I have some friends also, they are also going to add their children, and why not we teach them early on, right? And it's also is going to be good for someone who is very new. He says stock market is too kind of alien to you, too complex. You can join there, but if you are an adult, you we do not recommend you go for a stock pitch, because that's something we are encouraging the young kids to be the pitch. But it's still, you can attend and you can see, it will be fun. All right. And then the other thing that we had the tax sessions. Many of you even private texted me, talked to me later on. You really learned a lot, and the gentleman, he did awesome job. So that recording is going to be shared also if you register using the link. But same thing you need to do. Log on in academy.org, and then once you log on Akai using the registration, you are going to see that the recording. Okay, so now back to shop. So on the shop, what we see here, this stock got suffered a lot, but this coming week that the key is 1352. If it that when stock shop moves, shop Amazon, some of the stock moves, it moves really big. So shop bounced, you see that for a long time. It's on the daily chart. It bounced here, it did come here, then try to bounce back. So shop does look like that is ready to turn around and go upside. So this is something you might want to keep an eye. But I am going to be looking shop this weekly 1375 to this range. Okay, it's just on a weekly basis. But if we see there are some pullback happening, I will be happy to take something like this for the next year, because I am bullish that shop is going to turn around. Okay, that's what I have so far. I planned on sharing with you guys. Meanwhile, somebody asked, the VZ was red last twice. Yes, thank you. Like I said, VZ, Verizon red last year, but what did really change? That's what sometimes you have to ask yourself. That if you are thinking of long term, do you think that Verizon really went down, or Verizon company is still there doing the same business? It's just like they could not come up with a profit, but over time it's a good business, good structure. They will turn around, and then you can make a small investment if you want, or you can just wait. Any other questions? And Mino,
Another question from the chat, Moshe, is can you speak a little about what's going on with Tesla?
okay. I shared the link for the student registration, and also like we have a tax year is coming up, guys. Those who is new that we are a 501c, and also those who is a member with us that tax season coming up. So this is also something that you might want to take advantage of it. Your loss part, but today even accountant mentioned if you do before 31st, you renew your membership, and then when you renew it, just use that as your tax charitable donation, while you are also getting the service for the whole year next year. All right, and then you'll get 100% the credit from the Uncle Sam, and so on. So take advantage of that. And the others who is new with us, to sign up with UrbanHood.org. There are as low as $1 a day, the light, gold, platinum, different membership. And also we have a program called Zero to Hero on the website. You can see it. And pretty much, we you are not only the helping the community and supporting a good cause. At the same time, it also helps us the do more things to here. Those who is with us, just here, this is what we do here in the community every week. If you are central New Jersey area, please join with us on 26th January 26th. After a long time we are asking the volunteers. You're welcome to join us. Or if you are not there on Sunday, we are going to have a breakfast meetup on Sunday. Meet us on the breakfast here. If you are around here after opening a wrap Christmas gift. But these are the things we do in the with the money we generate. We help the community. Okay. So the as you renew your membership, is not only you're getting all the education or getting the stock tips, and every day we are 9:30 till 4 o'clock. Our market hour is open. So during that time we are on Discord voice. You will have Office 365. You will have all the market updated news, and you'll have access to some of the contents we don't share outside. It's not because we don't want to. we have some compliance requirement. Hence, our members, within our members, they see that, they read it, they analyze it. So you will have those that information and take advantage of it, right? But the others who already did it, uh, just again renew it before the 31st. Take advantage of your advantage of your tax credit end of the year. And plus we have some generous donors, they're going to be, this is going to be matching 100% of the whatever we can raise. The campaign also we shared, you saw that. So help us not only make more impact to the world, at the same time the support a good cause. Okay. Now I'm going to take the question. Sorry, Baz, you mentioned there is a questions about Tesla, right?
Yeah, just I think Joe is saying, can you please mm, say something about what's happening with Tesla?
What about Tesla, man? Okay. Tesla, Tesla, Tesla.
The
Um,
wonderful Tesla.
one that we love Tesla, right? Let me see if I can share my desktop. Okay. Abdul, I don't know if you are still with us. If you or some others have something, also some stock in mind, please do share. But before I go, I want you guys take a look at this XLF, this ETF. Look at this ETF that on the 4 hours chart. Look at it's all the way it came down. So this is something you can keep an eye on it. If you see the in this ETF basket, that you like the company, that has a good opportunity to turn around. All right. Uh, Tesla. Whew, Tesla, Tesla. So you guys already know what happened. Tesla is Elon Musk not only sold a lot of Tesla stock, he had a huge amount of options also he sold. So when you are founder or just a CEO keeps selling Tesla like crazy every day, $1 billion, what do you think is gonna happen? Right? Tesla is, as much as it's trying to turn around, and Elon keeps selling it. So when there are Elon and others are keep selling it, it's not able to maintain. So I do think that no, that this coming week, that tomorrow you might see that short-term Tesla might have little come up, but you see they even one come up, but it's going to pull back more because 31st, the Elon may even dump more, others might dump more. So short-term Tesla, it can come down to below 900, but it's going to pull back, turn around. But it's just short-term. Over long term, if you look at Tesla is still a look at your weekly. Tesla is a good on the weekly side. In last 3 weeks came down, but if I go even monthly, Tesla is still is a bullish, right? So what's happening is temporary because Elon, not only Elon, Elon wants to take advantage of this. Honestly, Elon, most of all you, that if he would not sell it, he would lose big time money, right? So why not? A little good thing that Elon didn't sell when it was around 1200 this, and that would maybe backfire this stock more. So because the time when it went over 1200, Elon did the smartest thing, opening up to the Twitter and just tell the whole world, what do you do? And then I know so many of my friends, they said, I voted yes, I voted yes. I didn't vote, I didn't want Elon sell it. But later on, when knowing that in his situation, if I were him, I would have to I would have done the same thing. Otherwise, he would lose all those options, right? So yeah, Tesla has right now temporary pullback, but it's gonna turn around. You're gonna see in January and things. It's just temporary. All right. What else you guys have? If you bought and Tesla on at 400, it looks like you are looking long term. That's just keep it. If you are short with the money that you need some cash at hand, And what if it goes down more? And then if Tesla also, if you bought 400, you should have by now. Then you have at least more than 100% gain. So it's always good when you have more than 100% gain. Sell some, but if it goes down more, then you can always buy back, right? But at least have some cash at hand. But if you already have the cash, then I would not sell it. I'll just hang on to it. Okay. What other questions you have or any comments? I wish, yeah, Tesla would go 2000, but it's just a matter of time. It will. Over time, it's a good company, good business, and they have awesome, when I say management, product line up there. Tesla is going to get there. You just have to give it a time. I don't believe those honest. I don't those who think Tesla can go down even more and more. They don't know the Tesla business. Tesla is honestly they don't know Tesla business. They are not taking the time to understand Tesla.
And Moshe, I just wanted to mention for Joe as well. Joe, there is also something called stop loss. So let's say if you're not happy with Tesla at this point, but you want to sell Tesla at around 1200, but you don't want to sell it less than 900, you can put a stop loss. So if it goes below 900, then you sell it. And again, not everything. If you can keep as much as you can, do it because chances are it's going to bounce up.
Right.
But always protect yourself. Like if that is your only hope, protect it from selling lower.
Okay. What else? So what else you guys have been thinking about it? Oh, another one, BA. I wanted to. I was just looking at my note. Or is it BA? 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 Look at BA.
Yeah, Mushi, Joe is saying, is that available with TD Ameritrade?
Which
I
one?
I'm in Canada. I have another platform, so I'm pretty sure stop loss is available at TD Ameritrade, right?
Yes, it is
It's one
available
of
to
the
TD
very
Ameritrade. Yeah. So if you look at BA Boeing, look at happened Boeing whole last few days. It came down, keep down, going down, but it touched all the way here. So typically, whenever things like this is go come at the bottom, yeah, it might have little surprise. But Boeing is you're going to see this is going to turn around. It's a good company, so I would keep an eye on Boeing. All right. You see that if I look at 4 hours last few Friday and Thursday, Boeing slowly is trying to come make positive. So Boeing is something that you might wanna look into it. And Palantir, PLTR, Palantir also this coming week. Look at Palantir on 4 hours chart, and on the 4 hours you see Palantir's Thursday, Friday is coming, turning around 19. It came down. That's why it came down here. You see that when it came down, it did not go below 17 here. It just turned around from 17. It stayed with this, and it looks like this is something. If I do 1 hour, it's a beautiful chart at 1 hour. It's trying to come back up. So Palantir is something that you might want to keep an eye this coming week. It is. And we know those who's following Kathy Wood, she loves this stock. You know, and look at it weekly, it just got ditched a lot, but it's slowly turning. If I look at monthly, look at Palantir's, the lowest is 16, and so if I look at Palantir since it came IPO 16 this, it touched this number, but it looks like now it's slowly is turning around. Okay. So I would keep an eye on this one this coming week. Is there anything else you have in mind? Was it helpful, guys?
Mushi, we have two more questions. One is for Faisal. Is there any benefit of wash sale at this time? He bought Tesla at 1200, and is it worth it to sell it today, keep the loss, and invest those money for 30 days, or do you think it's recommended to keep it?
I don't know overall his loss. What I would tell Faisal that if you have not joined that session today, we had a good conversation during taxes session today earlier, and watch that. I'll share the recording also later. I'll try to share the recording before Friday. Watch it, and because you still have time to do the wash sale. But keep an eye on this, or you can always give a call to the CPA who was with us today, or the any CPA that you feel comfortable with. All right. I don't know. You see, it's all come back to your situation, your account, how much loss you got. All right.
And Syed, maybe I'll take this question, Mushi. Syed is saying, which program would you, on your site, would you recommend for us to use as a family adult? And he also has three kids. I would say for that, in that particular case, one of the programs that is a little bit more beneficial to you than the youth program would be the Zero to Hero program that's
Uh,
starting in January.
Actually, the 13 8, Syed, when you have 8 and 10, it's too early. 8 and 10, they're too young to understand the stock
Oh,
market.
I'm not sure if Syed is talking about the kids or is
Yeah,
he
it's
talking
it's
about
it's a
himself?
adult one in a way. Yeah, young adults we mentioned, 13. So what I would say, the Syed have your 13 registered your 13 years old, and the others can sit down with him, and then him or her, and just scoot over and learn. If okay, but you don't need to have everyone sign up individually. And yeah, if it's two adults also what I was to start with, two adults can sign up. In those two adults, if 13 and 14 are older, what you can do, sign them both of them up because you might want them inspire them so they can compete on their own to get that. When you use that link I shared with you, you are going to see they can individually compete on their own, and then they can earn that. We will have a others coming in, they will have a chance to earn the money. At the same time, there are emails and other thing we set up, and all these that's why it's good to encourage them, both of them, because I have 19, 20 years old is joining, and I have 16 years old, and we have others also, they are 22 years old also joining the program, while 13 years old there. All right. And any plan for the family? um, Actually, you brought up, I have not thought of that, but for now, what I would highly recommend, go on the website for the family and look into family. They start with the light program, and then even one light program that you are not too much into stock, but at least get habit learning with us. And then as you gradually get better at it, you can go out with the gold one. Even for family one, we are doing it for to support the charity, because this money also you're going to get, you can credit from the Uncle Sam. So that's what I would recommend. If you know want to do it, one you can do with the light one, you can go with the gold, or you can do two gold. Or if you really want to take advantage of it as a young adult, there are something like what Baz mentioned, Zero to Hero program. But I'm more, you're welcome to give us a call and then talk offline on that. Okay. What is the cost? The one as a cost? If you click on the link, you will see it's $49. $49 is the for 4 sessions we are going to do. That also include the pitch that we are going to have. As you know that we have some award that we are giving away. So $49 for the whole 4 sessions, and then anyone who is part of it, they will have access to the recordings, so they can always go back. Okay, and watch the recordings, and pretty much that access is staying with them for a long time. On the website, if you go to the website urbanhood.org, you will see the phone numbers there. So we have someone like Mandy, you can Mandy can pick up the call, and then Mandy will explain. Or if not, I am always available. You can email me at mushi@urbanhood.org or answers@urbanhood.org. Okay. Anything else? But take advantage of it, folks. That in holidays time coming in, we want to make the program fun, and at the same time young, and those who is also new to stock, it will be good opportunity that we have done it before. Many adults told me, can you run a stock program where stock for dummies? We are not calling stock for dummies, we are calling young adults. So young adults, or anyone who is very new, I would highly encourage you just join. All right. Okay. Thank you everybody for joining. And again, we will share those recording, and then today's also session we will be sharing on our YouTube. So if you have not visited on our website, actually, I am going to um, open it and just show you that this is where you can find information, because I understand some of you might find it very difficult to navigate. What is that screen? Navigate. Okay, here. You see my this screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, what you can do that when you go UrbanHood, um, urbanhood.org. When you go urbanhood.org, you are going to see this program is membership already explained to you, and what it is, and this everyone gets this. But the key things people do ask all the time, what is the event? When you go on the website and the events, you are going to see daily events, weekly events, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, every day we have something. And membership, the members meetups, that on the meetups we have all the public events that we posted there. So some of you keep asking, or some of you don't know how to navigate it. Just work with us. Soon we are updating. We're in the process of updating the website, so it gets more easier for you to get that information. And membership options, you get, when you go click on these membership options, it kind of gives you all different scenario that you can do one time, and you can even try with the trial, and so on. That the 1 month, you see the trial, you can have light 1 month, or you can have the 10% savings for the year, light, gold, and all, and the platinum. All right, those are all sitting there. It's easy bundle. But if you take advantage of that 31st, that money also you're using, you get a tax credit, because we are the for 501c. So that money goes not only supporting the good cause, at the same time you get not only access to all the trainings. And the other thing, when you go to learning center, you come up self-study and then on-demand courses. So you're going to on-demand courses has, this is where I was mentioned earlier, that when all the free events, Think and Grow Rich, stock trading, and these more free stuff is going to come here, and the products, bundles, and stuff you can look into. This is going to, we are in the process of upgrading it and making it more user friendly. But you'll get a lot of those is even here on demand. Okay.
It's good.
Okay, all right. Anyway, which number do I call it? And when you go on the website, you'll see the right there. The numbers are sitting on the left side, upper left side. That's the number you can call.
Mushi, just I want to confirm from your end, I do not see that on the light membership, there is a,
I know
uh,
this is a my too much. Drinking too much coffee is my mistake. I was the one updating it. I'll fix it.
Yeah, so here it is written that after 365 EU and sons will be there, but another place it is not written there. So just want to confirm that we will be giving after 365 lessons for light
Yes,
membership.
for light also we are going to give the Office 365, correct?
Yeah, but it will be even for monthly,
Not for monthly, it's yearly.
only yearly. If somebody,
Yes. Yeah, if somebody does 3 hours ago, please do understand, because of the commitment with Microsoft, we cannot do every month. It's like a yearly commitment. So that's why those who sign up, right? That's the reason we try to make it easier for you to pay. If you're doing trial or 1 month things, you will not get Office 365 until that you make it on yearly. You can pay every month. That's fine, but commitment is yearly commitment.
okay, that is clear.
And this number you can call or you can email it here if you have any questions. All right. Okay, guys. Again, remember this coming week is going to be short week, and just take it slow because market will be choppy because typically this kind of thing there aren't be too many people trading. Most of the people are taking a vacation, they're taking chill. So tomorrow you might see a little bit up at the beginning and then slowly the volume is going to be die out. So what I am expecting, market will be choppy. It's not going to be too much action going to happen till next year. This week and next week is also going to be the same thing, short. So on Sunday we will continue what doing we're doing today. That we'll have regular Sunday. We'll have meeting. But as far as other classes, those who is in our Zero to Hero, some other sessions that we do, and our paid members classes that this week we are. What I will do, instead of having the session, I might share some recordings with you guys. Just keep an eye on your Microsoft team or Discord messages. I'll share with those link. But I want to thank Baz that I shared some stuff from yesterday, and you're the only one who said you liked it, right, Baz?
I did. I did. It
Awesome.
was really good.
Mushi, also I saw today, and
Okay.
I also liked it. That is why I signed up for
Uh,
that.
as I said then before, I am also getting better at finding the information and giving enough that way. Those who is gold, you are not getting bombarded with all the information, but those who is platinum, that you are a little bit more active, so that you will have information in a manner that's easier to way to grab. So on Sunday, instead of dumping too much information on Sunday, I will start sharing some information on Saturday. So when you come Sunday, you have something else more, or you say, hey, I watch this, I watch that, I watch that. What about this? Because I don't know your situation. Our goal is coming here on Sunday to have that brainstorming at the same time to share with you that what questions you have concern. But you are going to see that soon in 2022 that we are going to break down this the way we share the information. So those who is member with us, that you might be able to have interact with us to directly ask questions. The rest might be using our live stream in other social medias. That okay?
Okay.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Mushi.
Thank you everyone for joining. And those
Thank
who is
you.
in Canada and other places, stay warm, guys.
Yeah,
It's
today
gonna
is like
get
the
better.
first day of winter here,
It's gonna get
literally.
better.